What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Fins Up Network. It's Ben Morgan. We breathing a little easier today. The Fangio news. The Fangio news has arrived. And no, he hasn't signed yet. Nothing official in a signing sense, but it's coming. And it's coming after the Super Bowl. We got some clarity today. Thanks in large part to a tweet by Adam Schefter that put kind of everyone's mind at ease after what we've been going through since Sunday when the news officially broke from Tom Pelissero that the Dolphins and Vic Fangio had agreed upon terms to make Fangio the team's next defensive coordinator. Well, as we all know, nothing was officially signed. We kept seeing Fangio's name flirting with a bunch of other teams, but Schefter put that news to bed today because Vic Fangio will be the Miami Dolphins coordinator. We just got to wait till after the Super Bowl to make it official. As you can see, Schefter's tweet scrolling on the bottom there. But if you would like help reading, that's what I'm here for. So Schefter said after speaking with multiple teams about their defensive coordinator position, Vic Fangio has decided to join the Dolphins as their defensive coordinator and officially will accept the position on the Miami Dolphins staff after the Super Bowl. So guess what? Sunday's reporting was 100% true. That's what we had said all along. Tom Pelissero was spot on, agreed to terms, agreed to the length of the contract, the financials. Everything was set, just nothing was signed. So, yeah, did it get leaked out a little bit early? Yeah, things happened. But let's put that beside us because we got Vic Fangio. He is going to be your Miami Dolphins defensive coordinator. Like I said, we just got to wait for the signing to come after the Super Bowl. But as we've talked about in a couple of videos, how often do you get to do 3 videos about one defensive coordinator? I'm a little bit Vic Fangio'd out, but to be honest, I'm still pumped. This is the guy that I wanted. He was number one on my to get list. And I'll talk a little bit about that because kind of regurgitating what I've said in the past. 64 years old. A lot of people see that as a negative. I don't necessarily see that as a negative. We know that he probably caps out as a defensive coordinator. I don't think anyone's going to be knocking on his door offering him a head coaching position. So this position, as long as he's doing a good job, is likely his for as long as he wants it. So if he can get some of his own staff guys in, some of the guys that he's wanted to work with and build a staff around, who knows? Maybe he's here for a couple of years and then he can kind of groom the next guy into the position as well, whoever ends up succeeding from Vic Fangio as the defensive coordinator. But we've talked about Mike McDaniel as well, and it being really no secret that Mike McDaniel, when he started in 2022, he wanted Fangs. He wanted Fangio to lead his defense. That was his guy. But Jeff Darlington put out a little bit of information about that as well. I'll throw that tweet along the bottom. I'll read that one for you here. But it says Mike McDaniel was willing to bring Fangio to Miami last year when he first arrived, but he also understood the team's desires to keep Josh Boyer after a solid 2021 showing on the defense. Never since Mike McDaniel viewed Boyer as a lame duck, but when it didn't work out, this became the clear path. And I know there's a lot of people out there that wanted to give Boyer the benefit of the doubt, and it's hard not to with every single thing that he had to go through with all of the injuries that happened on that side of the ball, especially in the secondary, especially when Xavier Howard wasn't around. You were out Howard, you were out Byron Jones, you were out Nick Needham, you were out Trill Williams, you're out Brandon Jones. You try to make a defense work. Hell, Vic Fangio, you try to make a defense work. It wasn't going to work, but this was kind of that writing on the wall that as soon as something didn't work, you kind of had the in to, hey, guess what? We can part ways here. I can go get my guy now. So this is Mike McDaniel's staff. This is the guy he wants. And now we'll have to see if Mike McDaniel just lets Vic Fangio own that side of the ball. Lets him bring in who he wants for his positional coaches and just really let him own and orchestrate that defense. Because as I'm going to finish up here, you're going to see some changes in our defensive philosophy. I talked about this too on Sunday when the news broke. We're going to see some changes. Vic Fangio gives that too high safety look. A lot of like what we see like from the Buffalo Bills, where they don't let anything go over the top. They want to take everything away. They want to make you think that with that too high safety top, that you can run the ball. It makes it look advantageous to run the ball. Well, as soon as that ball is snapped, that safety's coming into the box. They're going to make that less advantageous really quick. So that's one of the biggest things that you're going to see right away from this defense. And the other one is the obvious. Everyone's been ramming it down your throat talking about Vic Fangio. The main difference that we're going to see, a lot less blitzing. Josh Boyer was a blitz machine. That was his calling card. He would send everybody and leave people on an island. Vic Fangio is kind of the opposite. Vic Fangio is going to run in a lot of zone coverage. He's going to let people kind of man an area of the field, and he's going to try to trick and disguise his defenses and make quarterbacks go into bad decisions or hold on to the ball a little bit longer. And then you're rushing with 4 and you're getting home the way Vic Fangio wants to. But that's what we're going to see here. We're going to see that reunited with Bradley Chubb. He knows all about Bradley Chubb, part of Bradley Chubb's early development in the NFL. So you get that reunited couple and pairing. You get to let him work with Jalen Phillips, who Jalen Phillips, he have 7.5, 8 sacks this last year, same numbers basically as his rookie year. But the dude was dominant. His rush win rate was unbelievable. He had a really, really good season, even though the stats weren't there till later in the season after Bradley Chubb had arrived. But seeing him get his hands on Chubb again, on Jalen Phillips, and my guy, I talked about this too, Jevon Holland. After what Fangio did with Justin Simmons, and for how much he can rely on those safeties to play in that disguise role, and knowing the instincts that Jevon Holland has and the skill set that Jevon Holland has, this was the defensive coordinator, in my opinion, to finally really unleash Jevon Holland. Granted, if everyone stays healthy and he can continue to play in position. But those are a few things I'm looking forward to. We're going to have more preview videos about this defense, obviously, throughout the offseason, so I won't get into any more details at that point right now, but wanted to at least make today's video and say it's going to happen, Dolphins fans. It may not be signed today, but once that Super Bowl is over, the expectation is that Vic Fangio signs, becomes our Miami Dolphins' next defensive coordinator. So hopefully we can put this one to rest. Hopefully we can breathe easy now. Like I said on Sunday, have that celebratory beer. Have it today. Have it tonight. That's my news for today, Miami Dolphins fans. And until next time, fins up.